Welcome to Learn English Podcast.
Okay, real talk. Have you ever been in a conversation with a native English speaker and after about 10 seconds, you just completely gave up? Like you smiled and nodded, but inside your head you were thinking, I have absolutely no idea what this person just said to me. Maybe it happened at work. Maybe it happened at a coffee shop. Maybe it happened watching your favorite TV show without subtitles. And the moment it happened, you thought the same thing every English learner thinks. Am I just bad at English, or do native speakers actually talk too fast? Well, today we are answering that question completely. We're going to talk about why native speakers sound so noise to you, what's actually happening in your brain when you can't understand, and most importantly, exactly what you can do about it, starting today. So wherever you are right now, on your commute, at the gym, washing dishes, stay with us. This one is going to change the way you listen to English forever.
Mark, good to have you back, my friend. How are you doing today?
Mark, I am doing great, honestly. I had a really good morning. Good coffee, good walk. Life is good. How about you?
I am so good, and I am so excited about today's topic because this is genuinely one of the most common things our listeners message us about. Like every single week, someone sends us a message that says basically the same thing.
Why can't I understand anything?
Exactly. Why is English just noise? And it's such a real, valid, frustrating feeling. I totally understand it.
And if you are new here, welcome. We are Mark and Olivia, and this is Learn English Every Day. We post a brand new episode every single day. So if you want to improve your English while you commute, exercise, cook, do anything, hit subscribe right now. We are here for you every single day.
And today, we're diving into something that surprises most people because the problem isn't usually what you think it is. Let's start there.
So, Olivia, let's just start with the big question. Why do native English speakers sound so fast to English learners?
Okay, and this is the thing that surprises people. It's not always that native speakers are actually speaking fast. Sometimes, yes, they are talking quickly, but a lot of the time, the speed isn't the real issue.
So what is the real issue?
It's connected speech. That's the real thing. Native speakers don't speak in separate words. They blend everything together. Words connect to each other, some sounds disappear completely, some words get reduced to almost nothing. And if you learned English word by word, which most of us did in school, then connected speech sounds like a completely foreign language.
Oh, I love that you said that, because I remember I used to teach English, right? And I had a student once, really smart guy, excellent grammar, he could read a newspaper article perfectly. But the moment he sat down and watched an episode of Friends, he looked at me like I had personally betrayed him. He said, Mark, I understood nothing, not one sentence. Are they even speaking English?
Poor guy.
And I said, yes, they are speaking English. They're just speaking it the way real people actually speak it. And that was a huge moment for him, because he realized the problem wasn't his English. The problem was that he had only ever practiced written English, or very slow, very clear English. He had never practiced listening to natural, connected speech.
And that is so important because here's the thing. When native speakers talk to each other, they're not trying to be clear. They're just talking. They've been doing it their whole lives. They don't think about pronunciation. They don't think about speed. They just speak.
So let's teach people what this actually sounds like, because I think some listeners might be thinking, okay, but what does connected speech actually mean? So let's give some examples.
Perfect. Okay, so the first thing that happens in connected speech is what we call linking. This is when the last sound of one word connects directly to the first sound of the next word. Linking is connecting the end of one word to the beginning of the next. What are you doing sounds like, what are you doing?
So what are you doing, 4 separate words, becomes what are you doing? It's still 4 words, but it sounds like one long sound.
And this happens constantly. All the time, every sentence. It's not slang, it's not lazy, it's just how natural English sounds.
And there are a couple of other things that happen alongside linking. One of them is called reduction. Some words in English, especially small common words, get reduced to a much shorter sound.
Reduction is when a word becomes shorter and less clear in natural speech. I want to go becomes I want to go.
Yes, want to becomes wanna, going to becomes gonna, have to becomes have to. These reductions aren't mistakes, they're completely normal. Native speakers use them every single day, including in professional situations.
And the third thing, this one is my personal favorite because it really surprises people, is called elision. This is when a sound completely disappears in fast speech. Elision, when a sound drops out completely in fast speech. Next door sounds like next door.
The T just vanishes, and once you know that, you start hearing it everywhere. Last night becomes last night. Just a minute becomes just a minute. The sounds are gone, and if you're waiting to hear them, you'll be confused. Exactly, and here's the key takeaway from this first section. When a native speaker sounds fast to you, it's usually not the speed. It's the blending, the reducing, the disappearing sounds. It's connected speech. But here's where most people get it wrong, and this is what we're talking about next. Because most learners, when they realize they can't understand native speakers, they do exactly the wrong thing. Hey, if you're enjoying this so far, do me a favor, send this episode to one friend who's learning English right now. Seriously, just one person, because this is the kind of thing that can completely change how someone hears English, and they will thank you for it. Okay, back to the show.
So, Mark, what do most people do when they realize they can't understand native speakers?
They turn on subtitles.
They turn on subtitles.
And look, I understand. Subtitles feel safe. Subtitles feel helpful. You understand everything, you follow the story, it feels like learning. But here's the truth. If you always use subtitles, your ears never have to work. And if your ears never have to work, they never get stronger.
I think about it like going to the gym. If you always use the lightest weight, you feel comfortable. Nothing hurts, but you also don't get stronger. Your ears are exactly the same. You have to give them a challenge.
And I want to share something personal here because I think it'll help. I wasn't born knowing how to hear connected speech either. I had to train myself. And the way I trained myself, this is going to sound very simple, maybe too simple, was shadowing.
Tell them what shadowing is, Mark, because I love this technique.
So shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and you repeat what they say at the same time or just a second behind them. You copy their speed, their rhythm, their pronunciation. You don't just listen, you actually speak along with them.
And the reason this is so powerful is because it forces you to feel English, not just hear it. When you shadow a native speaker, your mouth starts to learn the rhythm of English, the blending, the reductions. Your body starts to understand them, not just your brain.
And here's a phrase I love for this idea: muscle memory. Your mouth, your tongue, your lips, they develop muscle memory, just like a musician or an athlete.
Muscle memory, when your body learns how to do something automatically, without thinking. After practicing piano for years, she played the song from muscle memory. And the beautiful thing about shadowing is you can do this with this podcast right now. You can pause after one of us speaks and just repeat what we said. Copy the rhythm. Don't worry about being perfect, just feel it.
I feel like I should warn people, the first time you shadow, you feel absolutely ridiculous. Like you're talking to your phone in a fake accent, hoping no one walks in the room.
I did it in my car, windows up, full volume, just talking along with an English podcast. My neighbor saw me once through the window, and I think she was genuinely concerned about my health.
That's amazing. But it works. It genuinely works.
And here's the deeper thing, Olivia. I think a lot of learners feel embarrassed to practice out loud. They feel silly. They feel like if they make a mistake, that means they're bad at English. And I want to say very directly to anyone listening right now, the embarrassment is part of the process. The feeling of being ridiculous is actually a sign that you're doing something that challenges you. And that's exactly where the growth is.
You know, I had a student, this was maybe 3 years ago, who was incredibly shy. She would barely speak in class. She had great reading skills, decent writing, but she was terrified of speaking, terrified of listening to real English. And I gave her one assignment. I said, every day, pick one YouTube video, any video in English, something you're interested in, watch it once with subtitles, then watch it again without, and try to shadow for just 2 minutes. That's all, 2 minutes.
And what happened?
6 months later, she sent me a voice message in English telling me about a conversation she'd had with a tourist in her city. A real conversation, a long one. And she said, "Mark, I understood almost everything. And the parts I didn't understand, I wasn't scared anymore. I just asked them to repeat."
That gave me chills.
And honestly, that story is what today's episode is all about. Because we're not just talking about listening skills. We're talking about changing your relationship with not understanding. And that brings us to something that I think changed how I think about English completely.
Okay, so here is the mistake, and this one genuinely surprised me when I first learned about it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The biggest mistake English learners make when they don't understand a native speaker is they try to translate.
Oh.
They hear English, and immediately their brain starts translating every word into their first language. And here's why that completely destroys comprehension. Language is not math. You cannot solve English word by word. By the time your brain has translated the first sentence into your language, the native speaker has already said 3 more sentences. You are already lost.
The right way, and I want everyone to really hear this, the right way is to listen for meaning, not words. You are not trying to catch every single word, you are trying to understand what the person is communicating.
Listen for meaning, not words. Say it with us. Listen for meaning, not words.
And I know that sounds scary because you think, if I miss a word, I'll miss everything. But that's actually not true. Native speakers don't catch every word either. Even when we talk to each other, we miss things, we fill in gaps, we use context. Your brain is actually very good at filling in missing pieces, but only if you let it, instead of stopping to translate.
And here is the technical reason why translation slows you down so much. It's called cognitive load. Your brain has a limited amount of energy for processing language at the same time. If you're using some of that energy to translate, you have less energy left to listen. So you miss more, you get more confused, and you feel like you're bad at English when actually you're just giving your brain too many jobs at once.
I wish someone had told me this earlier, honestly, because I spent years thinking that if I just studied more vocabulary, I would suddenly start understanding native speakers. And vocabulary does help, don't get me wrong, but it's not the main issue. The main issue is how you process what you hear, not how many words you know.
Don't worry, even advanced learners make this mistake. Even people who have been speaking English for 10, 15 years still sometimes catch themselves translating in their head. It's a habit, and habits take time to change. But now that you know about it, you can start to notice it. And when you notice it, stop. Take a breath and just listen for the meaning.
And here's something that helped me personally with this. I started watching English TV shows that I had already watched in my first language. So I already knew the story. I already knew what was going to happen. And because I wasn't worried about the plot, my brain was free to just focus on the English, the rhythm, the sounds, the way sentences felt, not the translation.
That is such a smart trick. You're removing the cognitive load of the story, so all your mental energy can go to the language. I love that.
So, the common mistake is translating word by word. The correct approach is listening for meaning. And the practice that makes this easier is consuming English you already know a little so your brain isn't overwhelmed.
It's like training wheels. You're not cheating, you're just building the skill safely before you take the wheels off.
Hey, if this episode is helping you today, please take 2 seconds and hit like and subscribe. It genuinely makes a huge difference for us. Every time someone subscribes, it helps us reach more people who are on the same journey as you, trying to get better at English every single day.
And if you've already subscribed, if you've already left us a comment or shared an episode, thank you, truly. We read every single message and it means more to us than you know. You keep us going every day.
Okay, Olivia, let's bring it all together. 3 takeaways from today's episode.
Number 1, native speakers don't slow down, but you can train your ears to catch up.
Number 2, shadow native speakers out loud every day, even for just 2 minutes.
And number 3, listen for meaning, not words. Let your brain do its job.
Write those down or save this episode. Come back to it whenever you need a reminder.
Okay, that is a wrap on today's episode. And wow, we covered a lot. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Like, genuinely, you chose to spend 40-something minutes working on your English today. That's not nothing. That's a real commitment, and we are so proud of you for that.
And tomorrow's episode is one that we've been wanting to make for a long time. We're talking about something that trips up even very advanced English learners. Something small, but something that makes a huge difference in how natural you sound. You do not want to miss it.
Come find us on YouTube if you want the video version of these episodes. We're posting there too, and honestly, it's a great way to see us react to each other, which I think makes everything more fun.
Olivia makes very expressive faces.
I do, I really do. Come watch.
And here's our challenge for you today. DM us or leave a comment with one word or phrase you learned from this episode. Just one. Write it down, use it, make it yours.
We see you, we're rooting for you, and we will see you tomorrow, right here, every single day.
See you tomorrow. Keep going. You've got this.